Hello, friends. It's time once again for another story, or another part of a story, from our wonderful friend Gantt Chart. This is Karen vs. Louisianabeard, Part 4, The Uneasy Truce. Hey, Moonhorse. Hello. Possibly Sango, and the rest of the Moon Cultists. Here it is, the long-awaited Chapter 4 in this saga. Just a reminder, the vote your ending option will be on closes soon. You have until April 21st to decide on this, which, as a reminder, your options are this. A. Deborah and Lewis fight to the death, Lewis wins. B. Same ending as A, only Deborah wins. C. They both wind up in jail. Or D. Lewis gets together with Deborah in the end. Afterwards, all votes will be final, so don't delay. As a side note, and I feel like I need to do this as we get into this, I've noticed some of you did vote in the comments of my video. I don't know that Gantt Chart is actually checking those, but Gantt Chart did actually say to message them on Reddit about this, so you should actually check out. There should be a link to every one of the pieces of this story, which their account is tied to, in the description of each one of the videos that I did, about these stories. Like I said, I don't know that they're checking the comments of my videos, so I don't know if you voted there, if that counted, so you might want to check with them. This isn't my story. I don't make the decisions on this, you guys. I just read it. It was a nice Thanksgiving day at Lewis's house. The people were finishing up the last of the food and clearing off the table with all the plates. Family members were trading stories of past experiences. Everyone had a good time at this meal. Even Lewis, you ask? Well, especially Lewis. After all, Thanksgiving was a holiday dedicated to eating and napping. Lewis could not object to a holiday like that. If only every day was like Thanksgiving. Lewis was helping his mother put the plates in the dishwasher when there was a knock at the door. I'll get it, Lewis said, seeing this as an opportunity to get out of washing dishes. He walked to the door and looked out the peephole. Through it, he saw a familiar woman with a Karen haircut. Oh no, Lewis thought. Deborah. Lewis ran back to his room, grabbed his katana, and then went back to the door, opening it ever so cautiously. I must warn you, I am a samurai, Lewis said, wielding his katana. Well, hey, Lewis, it's so good to see you, Deborah spoke with a sweet voice. This made Lewis nervous. Who the hell are you? What you do with Deborah? And how much do I owe you for disposing of her? Oh, Lewis, always the kidder. How could you not recognize me? You're right, I should have smelled the tobacco smoke. Lewis, it's not nice to make fun of the way people smell, Deborah said, smiling with restrained anger. It's not nice to destroy people's Xboxes either. The hell do you want? Well, I need to ask a favor of you. Lewis laughed. Lewis laughed harder. Then he was laughing hysterically. What, do you need like a liver transplant? Do you have one too many glasses of boxed wine? Listen, you piece of shit, Deborah spoke furiously. I wouldn't come to you if there wasn't any other option. The whole town hates me and I need your help with something. You must really be far up shit creek if you're asking me for help. What happened? Lewis asked curiously. You see, I was driving down the rural roads, and I was pulled over by a police officer, and he ordered me to get out of the car, and I told him I don't have to do what he told me, and then he threatened to take me to the station. Apparently, I was driving a little erratic or something. When he gave me the breathalyzer test, I failed it. He told me this was the third time this month, and as a result, town court installed a breathalyzer in my minivan. And this has what to do with me? I'm getting to that! Today I may have had one too many glasses of whiskey. It's Thanksgiving after all. Now I can't start my car. I was trying to go to Walmart to go to Black Friday shopping. If I don't get in line now, I will never be able to buy a new flat-screen TV. So why should I help you? Deborah clenched her teeth. What do you want? A new Xbox. That is way too much. If you haven't noticed, you killed my business. And yet you plan to buy a flat-screen TV. Deborah's face was red with fury. If you want me to drive you, it's fine. Just, you're gonna have to buy me a new Xbox, but hey, that's my asking price. You can always go to any other person. What other person? Exactly. Deborah clenched her fist. She groaned loudly at the situation she was in. Having to ask Fatso for help, it was humiliating, but she realized she didn't have any other choice. Fine. Okay, I'll be over in 15 minutes. Just let me help my mom with the dishes. Alright, but hurry. There'll be a line forming at the entrance. Louis and Deborah were now driving to a Walmart in Louisiana. Hey now. They parked the car and proceeded to head to the back of the line, which was pretty long. Damn it, Deborah yelled. You just had to help your mother with the dishes. Well, it was the deal that I help you get to Walmart, so call me back when you're done. Oh, not so fast. You want that Xbox, you're gonna have to help me. That wasn't part of the deal. I've altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. Damn. Louis sighed. He could abandon Deborah, but his mother would yell at him for it. Plus, it's been months since he played Xbox. He was just gonna have to bear with it. This line's too long. We're gonna need to find a way to get further up front. Don't worry, Louis said, slicking back his greasy hair. I know what to do. Oh no, Deborah thought. Louis then proceeded to approach a crowd of girls lined up at the back of the line. Excuse me, m'ladies. The girls immediately ran after smelling the stench of death emanating from Louis. Huh, that was easy. I didn't even have to hit them with the double-take flirt. You've been studying. Deborah facepalmed, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. They had moved up in the line, so that was good. And so Louis and Deborah got in place and waited in line for hours, waiting for the doors to finally open at Walmart. The employees huddled behind the cash registers from one of the front counters, terrified faces plastered on all of them. We're so screwed. We are so screwed! There's twice as many of them at the front door than there was last year. Oh, we'll never survive like this. Oh man, I remember the last time it was Black Friday. Lady kept screaming at me to take her expired coupons. We should just close and abandon the store. You know, I'll say there was an outage, and then... Enough! A masculine voice called out. It was at that moment that all the employees turned their heads to one particular employee walking towards the front counters. Unlike these human employees at the store, this employee was a white unicorn with a blue mane. Hey, I don't work for Walmart. He walked towards the front counter with a strong determination flowing through him. A stern expression was all that one could see behind the glasses perched on his nose. To the average southerner, he was an average unicorn. To his enemies, he was the horseman of the apocalypse. To his friends and co-workers, he was a beacon of hope, bringing law and order to a desolate wasteland that were polluted by carrots and neckbeards. To his Reddit followers, he was known simply as Moonhorse. I love you. This is amazing. Who's the manager on duty? Moonhorse called out. One timid hand rose up. What's the situation? It's worse than we expected. The crowd at the front doors is massive. I don't think we have enough stock for a group like that. So those bastards higher up have screwed us over, is what you're saying. Moonhorse, I will not allow you to talk about the CEOs of Walmart that way. I'm beginning to question your loyalty to our brand. Moonhorse laughed at this statement. Let me explain a few things to you, Mitchell. He started, face strong and stern. 1. I was hired for a temp position. I'm only working here because YouTube has been a little trigger-happy with the demonetization policy recently. That's way too accurate. Once things are back to normal, I'll be gone. 2. I am an anarchist. That's also true. When the bank fails and society collapses, I'm going to be laughing watching those fat cats squirm in their worthless piles of money. I have no loyalty to this or any corporation. Also true. 3. I didn't sign up for this Black Friday shit because of Walmart. I signed up for this because I understand this crew is young and inexperienced. They need someone like me to help keep the peace in these troubling times. But, if you want me to leave... No, man, you stay. We need you. Good. Moonhorse proceeded to stand on top of a bucket, allowing him to tower over the massive employees crowding around him. This is weird. It's not every day I get to read fanfiction about myself. Alright, listen up. We've seen many a Black Friday shopping spree, but not like this. We have a crowd twice as large as last year, but we stand firm. They will rush the doors, charging in like rhinos. And we'll give them our best damn customer service possible. Because we're not just Walmart employees, we are retail employees. We're a tough breed. Tougher than those snot-nosed bastards who drive around in their limos complaining that their lobster dinners came with no butter. We have endured the onslaught of Karens, bigots, shoplifters, and neckbeards. We will survive this. Because we are retail workers. We are the working class. And more importantly, we're a family. The employees began applauding loudly, their fearful faces replaced with faces of determination. Quickly, they began placing themselves in position. The clock began ticking down in the background. 5:58. A few employees did a quick check to make sure that the shelves near them were fully stocked. 5:59. All employees behind the register placed their hands on the buttons, readying their hands for the swarm of sales today. 30 seconds left on the clock. Moonhorse's eyes narrowed, his body placed into a battle-ready position. 10 seconds. Here we go. The managers opened the doors, and the customers swarmed the building like moths to a flame. Moonhorse began rushing towards the oncoming crowd, following the crowd intensely as they began filling aisles all over the stores. Deborah and Lewis began rushing as fast as they could, pushing their cart through a sea of customers. "We gotta hurry to the electronics section!" Deborah screamed over the crowd of people. Deborah and Lewis soon entered the electronics section, people slamming into each other, grabbing as many of the latest electronics they could. Deborah began rushing to the rack of TVs, only to find the shelf mostly empty. "There are no TVs left. What do we do?" "Calm down, Fatso. I know what to do," Deborah said, getting her game face on. She then grabbed a guy in a blue shirt and spun him around. "Where are the TVs?" "I don't know, man." "Listen to me, you little puke. You either get me a flat screen TV or I'll get your manager to fire you." "I don't work here." "Yeah, you do. You got the shirt. Now give me a TV, you worthless peasant, before I get your manager." "I swear to God, I don't work here." "Disrespectful youth. I bet all you millennials don't even know what hard work is." Deborah," Lewis spoke up. "I think the guy's telling the truth. He's wearing jeans." Deborah's face, now flushed with embarrassment, proceeded to awkwardly and slowly let go of the man's shirt. Real smooth. "Well, I didn't see you helping me." Deborah began scanning the environment. There must be a TV somewhere. She scanned the environment so closely she zeroed in on a shopping cart, heading to the clothes section with a flat screen TV. Bingo. "Lewis, I'm gonna need you to create a distraction." "What kind of distraction?" "Just get creative, okay?" Lewis then saw Deborah moving towards the shopping cart with the TV. He needed to create a distraction, fast. He could say something offensive. Yeah, that'll do it. What pisses off Louisianians? A light bulb came to him. "Can I have everybody's attention?" Lewis yelled while standing atop an employee step stool that was just laying over. "I just wanted to say that I think the Saints are the worst football team ever." "Oh god, they're gonna murder this man?" "I mean, let's face it, when a tornado hits New Orleans, I heard the New Orleans Stadium because there's no chance of a touchdown happening there." The crowd was just stunned at this man, daring to say such horrible things. "I mean, Trevor Seaman? We're like Trevor Seaman, huh? Am I right? I mean, no offense. Those guys couldn't match up to the Falcons, though." "Oh, that is a sin. How dare you." "They couldn't beat the Cowboys if they tried. And I'm not sure they do try, most of those players are probably just there for a paycheck." The crowd started booing, telling Lewis to go to hell. All sort of colorful language made it his way. A lot of people were pissed at him. So pissed, in fact, that the lady with the flat screen TV went up to Lewis to give him a piece of her mind. While she was yelling at Lewis, Deborah quickly set the TV out of the shopping cart and into her own. Once Deborah was out of sight, Lewis decided to apologize to the lady and leave towards Deborah. "Alright, you got the TV." "Yeah, let's go." My Xbox?" "We'll come back for it later. You have my word." "Deborah, your word means nothing in this town. Besides, I just made myself public enemy number 1 in the whole state." "Well, grab your Xbox if you want, but I'm leaving." No you're not," Lewis said, twirling Deborah's car keys around his finger. Deborah lunged for the keys, but Lewis dodged just in time. "You're supposed to help me!" I have altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. Meet me at the checkout, and then we leave. Fine! And so, Lewis headed back into the electronics section, searching each of the aisles for an Xbox. Most of the aisles were bare, until, like a god from above had answered his prayers, there was one left. He quickly grabbed the Xbox. Then, through the mad frenzy of people, he ran to Deborah's shopping cart and deposited it inside. Alright, let's go to the checkout and get the hell out of here. Deborah proceeded to get in line, preparing to make the purchase. She disappeared into the crowd, and before Lewis could follow her, something unexpected happened. That's the one! A lady pointed to Lewis. He saw the lady and realized with horror that this was the same lady that Deborah just stole from. Lewis's fear rose as he saw that she had an employee with her. But not just any employee. It was Moonhorse. Moonhorse looked pissed, and he was coming at him. So where's the TV? I don't know what you're talking about. You expect me to believe that? The lady accused. I had that TV in my shopping cart, and it just magically disappeared? Hey, magical unicorns work at Walmart. Anything could happen. Maybe the My Little Pony reject stole it. Moonhorse glared at Lewis. That's why we're here. We think you had something to do with it. Maybe you should have left your cart alone. Maybe then your 62-inch TV would still be in your cart. How'd you know it was 62 inches? Lewis's fight-or-flight response was in full swing. He started sweating profusely and his eyes began darting across the crowded store. Lewis realized he needed to get out of here. He decided he was just going to walk away. No, man, you're not going anywhere, Moonhorse said while grabbing Lewis by the arm. Oh, fuck you, Lewis screamed before punching him in the face. Oh, now you done it, Moonhorse said as a single drop of blood came from his nose. I got sucker punched by yet another neckbeard? What the fuck? A crowd had formed around the pair as the audience was shocked at the situation that was unfolding. Moonhorse had taken a fighting stance, both fists clenched and ready. Lewis proceeded to take a karate stance that he saw Goku use in Dragon Ball Z. Because he's a weeb, you know. Both men stood their stances, waiting for the other to make the first move. An intense stalemate formed between the two. Suddenly, Lewis came charging at Moonhorse, screaming at the top of his lungs. As he approached him, he balled his fist up into a punch, ready to strike. Moonhorse stopped Lewis's punch with his bare hand, pushing against the neckbeard. Lewis responded by swinging his left leg against Moonhorse's leg. Moonhorse collapsed to the floor with a mighty thud, and he saw another fist come down to him. He was able to move just in time. This is intense. Quickly scrambling to his feet, Moonhorse did a roundhouse kick at Lewis. Lewis moved left, but not before the kick ever so carefully grazed his shirt. Lewis jumped into the air, yes, a whole 3 inches, and tried to hit Moonhorse with a karate chop. Moonhorse dodged and punched Lewis in the side, causing him to crash into the shelf full of merchandise. Moonhorse proceeded to charge at Lewis before Lewis lifted his arm and allowed the beard sting to enter Moonhorse's nostrils. Oh my god. Moonhorse screamed in agony, his eyes watering from the stench. Lewis used this quick distraction to punch Moonhorse again and again. Before getting punched a 4th time, Moonhorse ducked and proceeded to uppercut Lewis. This was it. This was Moonhorse's opportunity to win. He scanned the environment for anything he could use, grabbed a stockpile of toy sheriff stars that you see on those $5 or less shells. I hope you find these wooden badges delicious! Oh, fuck, that's too good! Moonhorse said as he slammed the case into Lewis's face. Lewis was now disoriented. He had fallen to the ground. You give up yet? Moonhorse said, towering over Lewis. No, I will never give up. I will fight you like how I fight to get a girlfriend. And just like that, this fight will also be equally futile. Lewis, angered at Moonhorse's words, did a very unchivalrous thing in battle. He kicked Moonhorse in the sourdough region of his body. Oh god, come on, man! Now listen to me, you jerk. You know nothing of my struggles. You know nothing of the battles that I have to fight. If you were in my shoes, you'd realize the only way for me to get things I want in the end is to fight like this. Can you imagine how hard it is for someone like me to get a girlfriend, to find happiness, to find anything in this miserable life? So why don't you... Lewis was immediately cut off mid-sentence by Moonhorse punching him in the gut. Really fucking hard. Harder than any punch Lewis had ever received in his life. So hard that Lewis had the wind knocked out of him. So hard that Lewis almost fell over puking. A punch that can only be done when Moonhorse uses 100% of his power level. Y'all, I have a power level. why don't you listen to me, young man? Moonhorse said in a sickeningly sweet tone. It's not nice to say that the New Orleans Saints suck. This is true. And it's not nice to steal from some lady's shopping cart. And it's not nice to kick a unicorn in the groin. So let me make this simple. You're gonna get out of the store and never come back. Got it? You don't scare me, unicorn. Moonhorse's horn glowed with an intense magic. Lightning bolts shot off the side of it. The Walmart grew dark and thunderclaps roared across the store. Damn. And with a flash of light, Moonhorse was holding his cell phone, which he proceeded to use to dial 911. Before he could do that, Lewis surrendered. Alright, okay, I'll leave. I didn't quite hear that. One more time? I said I'll leave and I'll never come back. Moonhorse used his magic to make the cell phone disappear. Good boy. Now leave. Lewis proceeded to leave the store in a panic, not daring to look back and not daring to cross paths with that unicorn ever again. I know Kung Fu, apparently. That's more like it. Now, ma'am, I think we have more TVs in the back. Why don't we have a look? Moonhorse said, his customer service voice in full swing. Lewis ran back to Deborah's car, trying to reclaim what little of his dignity he had left. He had started the engine, and soon the two were off. I can't believe I'm saying this, but thank you, Lewis, Deborah said while smiling. Thank you, Lewis thought. Those are some words that he had never thought he'd hear Deborah say. Thank you for what, if you don't mind me asking? Well, for creating that distraction. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have got my new TV. Best of all, the crowd watching you allowed me to get through the line faster. I'm so glad that me getting punched in the gut and getting banned from Walmart was worth this for you. Oh, Lewis, I've been banned from more Walmarts than I can count. Consider yourself lucky. And so, Lewis and Deborah finally drove back to their neighborhood. Lewis pulled into Deborah's driveway and was grateful that this little excursion had ended. Yes, it sucked that Walmart was another place he had to add to public areas that he was banned from, but for his new Xbox, it was worth it. You follow me inside for something? Deborah asked. Lewis cocked an eyebrow. I just want to talk to you about something, Deborah responded innocently. Lewis remembered the war speech. He was uneasy about going into Deborah's home. He had to take some precautions to ensure that nothing bad would happen. Let me put my new Xbox aside first, then we can discuss things. Fine. And so, Lewis took the Xbox and placed it inside of his room. He was almost giddy seeing the new Xbox on his TV stand. All those sleepless nights of gaming withdrawal were now finally at an end. So to finish this business with Deborah, Lewis headed over to her home, but not before grabbing his katana for extra safety. He entered Deborah's expensive house and found her in the kitchen pouring 2 glasses of wine. I want to make a proposal to you, Deborah said, sipping her wine. What kind of proposal? Well, you see, I've seen how you're able to play up those little bot accounts and destroy my business, as well as the research you did regarding my pyramid lifestyles. Yeah. And at first I was pissed beyond all recognition, but after today I've realized something. We make a pretty good team, and those kind of talents could be useful. And after today's events, I want to give you an opportunity to work for me. Work for you. You see, I'm planning on starting my own business. After working for Pyramid Lifestyles, I realized the money I could make if I start my own enterprise. And I think a young man of your caliber might be the kind of business partner I could use for something like that. Lewis paused at the thought. Working for Deborah? Think about it, Lewis. You would no longer need to live under your mother's roof. If this business is successful, you could buy a house much bigger than your mother's. You could be swimming in cash and women flock to you. This was a tempting deal. So what do you say? Deborah said while still holding a glass filled with wine. Epilogue to Chapter 4. Oh, there's a follow-up. Moonhorse was sitting in his apartment by himself, recovering from the injuries that he got from fighting the neckbeard. He felt a lot of bruises on his body, but he could still walk, nothing major. Moonhorse then heard a knock at the door. It's open, he called out. It was one of the co-workers who came in with a plate of beignets for him. I hope you're holding up. I'm fine, he said while drinking a Pepsi. You guys. I'm sorry that you got attacked while working at Walmart. One of the occupational hazards, I guess. Although I gotta admit, even with your bruises, you still did your duty. Even on bad days, you seem to be a beacon of hope for the people working. How you do that? I read ahead, sorry. You see this Pepsi I'm drinking? Yeah? This isn't just a Pepsi. It's my happy Pepsi. Happy Pepsi. I love it. You know what makes this my happy Pepsi? Because there's vodka in it. Well, that, but also, sipping this Pepsi gives me an opportunity to kind of reflect on life. See, life can be a struggle. There are dark moments in life, and things can get brutal. I know, had my fair share. But life doesn't have to be like that. A lot of people spend their lives in the dark, not thinking it's possible to get out. Truth is, you can. You may not be ready for it, but at some point, you can exit that dark and enter the light. I look the way my life is now. YouTube channel filled with loyal fans, my fiancé Sango, mountain of fan art made by talented artists. You guys really are talented, and I love you all. I was able to enter this light and make my life good. Took some work, and it was scary at first, but I did it. And everyone else can do it too. And one day, you too will find your happy Pepsi. Whoa. Yeah. Thanks for the beignets. And remember, you have the power to make life truly wonderful. Take it from a unicorn who's been around the bush. Thanks, Moonhorse. Take care. You too. I just want to say first off, thank you. It's not every day I get to read fan fiction about myself. That was really good. That was actually super, super good, and I'm very excited about it. But I also wanted to point out, I scrolled down a little bit, and oh man, this wonderful comment thread. It's just 2 comments, but I love these. The Killer 2468 said, "This is golden, bro. Can't wait for Moonhorse's reaction to this." And Gantt Chart replied, "Thank you. I'm sure he'll enjoy." Well, I do very much. That was really good. Oh man, I don't know how this story's gonna end, but the fact that you remembered so much weird shit about me is fucking amazing. The happy Pepsi. Oh my god. I haven't thought about the happy Pepsi in a while. That was a Sango creation, actually. That was something she said while we were talking about something. One of the reaction videos. I don't remember exactly which one, but I remember her saying happy Pepsi, and it made me so happy. It just, was so wonderful. And the fact that you remember that is really, really wonderful. And I know she's going to love it. Like, I know she's going to hear this and love that too. So thank you again, Gantt Chart. That was super good. And thank you all for being here. I don't know why this was so wonderfully amusing to me. I guess the thought of me working for Walmart is really funny. But this was good. I love you all so very much. If you would please like, comment, subscribe. I have a Ko-Fi merch store. If you want a story, subscribe to my channel. If you have a story to send me, send it to my subreddit. I did it. I'm smooth. But in all seriousness, though, the voting for Gantt Chart's contest, make sure that you go to the link in the description. I don't know if they're checking the comments on the video or the comments on the story either, so you may need to talk to them directly. I appreciate you guys commenting on my stuff, I always do, but I am not the one running this contest, so please make sure that they're, like, seeing your vote, because I don't have any control over this. I'm just reading it. But thank you all so very, very much for being here. I love you all so very much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Have a happy Pepsi, guys. Goodbye.